is I'm going to run a little demonstration, which actually comes from a webinar that we put together with the partnership. So the partnership is 9 organizations that have worked together to develop the smart tools. And we put out these webinars every so often. And one of the last webinars that we did was a webinar on smart mobile. I'm just going to show you a part of our smart mobile webinar that demonstrates how you actually use the tools. And so I'm just going to switch to YouTube right now. Okay, now, Justine, can you confirm that you can see my screen and that it's a map?
Yes, very good.
Okay, okay, great. And I'm hoping that this is going to work. Can you hear sound?
No sound.
No.
No. So for sound, I think you have to link it up in your sound preferences.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the narration. All right.
That's so much better, Tony.
So what we're seeing here is we're seeing the example conservation area that you will see when you open up Smart. And what we're seeing now is the configurable model. So this is a configurable model that's been pre-created. And the configurable model includes categories of data, and it includes attributes. And we can see the display mode options, which are either text or image, or you can have text and image. And you can have icon sets, which are full color. And there's a repository of icons that are pre-configured. There are around 600 icons that are in the Smart library, and you can choose from those icons. So in this case, we're setting the people indirect sign to be text and image. So on the device, you'll see the text and you'll see that little icon. So here's the attribute list. So for type of human sign, we can see trails, footprints, machete cuts, litter, and we can configure what appears when you see those attributes. So we can either see text, or we can see text and icons. So we have to also set the cyber tracker settings, and we set up the default properties for cyber tracker. And this is just the list of boxes that we would have to choose from, and we set the preferences here. So we can turn the simple camera off so that it's actually going to use the camera settings on the device. Then we can set the GPS settings. We can set the track timer. We can set the time offset for the particular place where we're working. So once we're happy with that, we can click Save. And then if we have a connected environment, so for example, if we have a 3G or a 4G environment and we can upload data to the server, then we can set the connect settings so that we can upload data automatically every so often, so every 30 seconds or every 1 minute or every 10 minutes. And we can also set what we call alerts. So for example, if we see signs of poachers, maybe we want to alert the manager, and we can set the alerts so that if something happens that we're interested in picking up, then we can set that as an alert, and that could be sent to the server, and then the manager can see it. So we've created a second configurable model called independent incidents. So for example, we're out there doing a survey, but we want to record other types of things that we might see. We can create what's called an independent incident model. So now we've got our configurable models designed. We're ready to export the configurable model to the device. So the first thing is to click on Field Data, go to Smart Mobile, and we're going to install the Smart Mobile on the device. So once we click that, we have to specify what's called an APK file. And this is the installation file for Smart Mobile. So once we click install Smart Mobile, we get to choose where that APK file is. And we've downloaded the APK file from the Smart website, and then we can download that to our desktop, and then we select where that file is. And we're just going to move up a bit in the Whoops, I've lost it, sorry. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to get out of this and go back to where I was. Apologies for this. Okay, I was just about here. Okay. So this is copying the APK file to the device. So once we press that button, install Smart Mobile on the device, we get to choose where the APK file is. And it's sending that APK file to the device. And then once you've clicked that installation process, then the device is ready to collect data. So then what we do is we need to take the configurable model and export that to the device. And so we're exporting what we call the mobile patrol package to the device. So the export location is by default is the device. And we select the configurable model. And once we've selected the configurable model, we can also select the base map. So this is the base map that we see in the Smart Desktop. So we select the map. And then we've got an offline base map. And so we can also set the zoom settings. So we can have a very high resolution map or a low resolution map. And then we can also select collect independent incidents. So if we want to collect observations of something that's not related to our configurable model, we can add that in. So for example, if we're out there doing a survey and we want to collect information about illegal activity, we can have the two configurable models operating on the device at the same time. And then we can then click that button export, and it's going to export the patrol package with the configurable models and all the information to our device. Now, Justine, can I just confirm that you're not hearing the video, that you're just hearing me?
Yeah, we're just hearing you. Yeah.
Good, okay. So now what we're seeing is what the screen of your device will look like. Once you've exported the patrol package to the device, this is what the screen looks like when you open up Smart Mobile on your phone or on your tablet. And this is an example of the screen that you see after you've selected a particular project that you are using. So you can set the language of the configurable model or the incidents, and you can also have different projects. So maybe you have snow leopard survey, and then you have a law enforcement patrol, and then you have a community patrol. All of those can be different projects in Smart Mobile. And you can switch between those different projects. And some of you may have been using CyberTracker in the past. So CyberTracker it's actually possible to use CyberTracker with Smart. But Smart Mobile is kind of like a souped up version of CyberTracker, and it's a more integrated and improved version of CyberTracker with lots more functions and features. So for those of you who may be using CyberTracker or who have used CyberTracker in the past, we recommend that you upgrade to using Smart Mobile. So we're just looking at the map. Here's an example of what the map might look like. There's the base map, and we can see some observations that have been collected. And you can add in different layers into your map. So you can have an OpenStreetMap. You can have different types of maps. So if you have connectivity, if you have 3G or 4G network available, then you can add in different layers to your map. So for example, if you've been collecting data, you can go back and look at the history of your observations to see what's been collected and when. And if you have a connection to a 3G or 4G network, at the end of your data collecting exercise, you can click this button, export data, and it will export the data to the cloud. When you click that report incident button, that takes you to the incident model that you loaded before that allows you to report independent incidents of whatever you wanted to record. So poaching incidents, for example. So here's an example of how it works. Started a patrol, and then I wanted to record an incident. So I press observation, and then it goes to the model. So here is an example of a model in Vietnamese language. So I can select the particular observation type that I wanted to record, and then I can make the observation. So for example, if I start the patrol, the first thing I need to do is to record the location, and the GPS in the device will tell us where we are. So it will tell you the location And once the location has been found, then you can proceed to add in other information, transport type, is the patrol armed, the name of the team, the station, and other aspects of the patrol. It can all be recorded in the one screen. You can add in the employees, the names of the rangers, you can add those in. Once you've collected all that information, then you click the box at the top, and then it takes you to this screen, and then you can start to make observations. So we press Make Observation. It takes us to the first category in the data model. So for example, human activity or position type, and then we can record what it is that we wanted to have in there. So the start of the patrol, for example. And we can see the observation that we've made, and we can have the option to save it. So if we press Start Patrol and then Save, it saves the location of where we started the patrol. And it gives you this little, it shows you the location. And once the location has been recorded, then it goes back to the screen here. And we can then select through the different categories of data and the different attributes of data to record what we want to record. Here's a recording at camp, you know, the type of camp, all the information about the camp, we can record that and save it. Weapons and gear, traps and snares, this kind of thing. We can record numbers of different types of traps. And then we can make an observation. So here we've made an observation of a camp and an observation of traps and snares together. So we've recorded an incident, we've recorded what's happened at a particular place where we've seen multiple observations. Now, if you want to change the metadata on the fly, you can switch between a foot patrol, for example, to a vehicle patrol, and we can record that really easily. And you don't have to stop and start the patrol again. You just do it on the fly. So here we are changing the patrol type, and we're changing it from a foot patrol to a vehicle patrol. And in real time, we just make that change, and then we continue on. So you have the ability, if you're working at night, to change to dark mode. And so we can toggle into dark mode or light mode, depending upon our need. So we can pause the patrol. So for example, if we stop to go and talk to somebody in the village or in the community, we can take a break, and then we can pause the patrol, and then we can unpause the patrol later on. We can resume the patrol at a later time. So there's resuming a patrol. So you can configure your data model to record in text or in icons, and you can see an example here where we've got text and icons showing. Once you've finished with your patrol, you want to end the patrol, and you simply click that button, end the patrol, confirm the end patrol, and it records the end of the patrol, and then it will exit the system. And then after you've completed the patrol, then you want to bring the data back into Smart Desktop. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And just to show you that you can change different themes, different styles, different color combinations. So we're changing the style of different attributes. You can change your observation features. You can change the way things look. You can add icons for different species. You can use your own icons, or you can use the ones that are available in Smart. And you can also take photographs in the application. So when you take a photograph, you click that button and take a picture. And then that's recorded in the observation. So once you've finished with your data collecting, you end the patrol. And then you can import the data back into Smart. And we're going to have a look at how that works right now. Okay, so I'm just showing a video here of how we bring the data from the device back into Smart Desktop. So we're back at the desktop now. We go to Field Data, Smart Mobile, and we import the data. And we get to choose whether we bring the data back from the device or from a file that we've saved on our computer. So for example, we may want to import it directly from the device. And that is the default selection. So click Import. And then it will come up with this screen that says Import Cyber Tracker data. So we create a new patrol. So you can either create a new patrol or you can add to an existing patrol. So if you've got multiple legs of a patrol and you've done them at separate times, you can import them and you can add them to the same patrol. So there's the data, and you can see the second row is the data that we want to import. And once we've imported that, we'll see it in the screen on the left, in the window on the left-hand side. This is where all the patrol data is stored. So all of those items that you see, Smart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those are all patrol records. So we see one of the records here, and we see the metadata, the patrol information in the screen there, members of the patrol, station, and all that information is there.